Hello. First Corinthians chapter 13 verses 4 through 7 state love is patient, love is kind, it is not proud, it is not self-seeking, it keeps not record of wrongs. Love does not delight in evil, but rejoices with the truth. It always protects, always trusts, always hopes, and always perseveres. I believe God knew the emotional things that came along with sex when He instructed us to wait until marriage. I believe when people engage in sex, it's not just the physical, but it's the emotional the emotions that come along with it. I believe it combines two spirits together. I believe that's why more young people should think about waiting until they're older or until they meet the right person before they engage in sex. Because I do not think they're ready to handle the responsibilities that come along with it. I met a young woman, who was in her 50s. She fell in love with a boy when she was 19 years old, and she thought he would be the love of her life. She had her first child when she was 20. The young man died in 1985 when there was not a lot of knowledge about the AIDS epidemic. They really didn't know if he had AIDS, but they assumed that he did. He was an IV drug user. The young lady had never experimented with drugs, and she was very quiet and lived a simple life. She later fell in love with a man, had a family, and somebody advised her to get tested for the HIV virus. She found out when she was 32 years old that she had been infected with HIV. Many things went through her head. How would this affect her family? Would her husband stick by her? She really didn't know how everything would turn out. Well, over 20 some years later, she's okay. Her kids are okay, and her husband's okay, by the grace of God. Playing Russian roulette with your life. You never think about the effects it'll have in your future. According to waituntilyou'remarried.com, approximately 1 million adolescents and young adults ages 10 to 24 were reported to have chlamydia, gonorrhea, or syphilis. In 2003 to 2005, 25% of females aged 15 to 19 and 45% 20 to 24 was infected with the human papillomavirus, known as HPV. This causes cervical cancer in females. In 2006, 22,000 adolescents and young adults aged 10 to 24 were living with HIV and AIDS. A lot of people just don't know. They don't know if they are infected because they don't receive testing. I'm not against education to teach people how to protect themselves. But the only 100% sure way of not getting infected with the disease or becoming pregnant in your teens is abstinence. Abstinence. Teen pregnancy is something that we all also have to think about when young people are making adult decisions. Most teens who become pregnant do not receive the proper prenatal care, and in return, in their pregnancy, they often deliver babies with low birth rate. Pop culture has glamorized premarital sex, but there are still some celebrities that have chosen to wait until they're married. According to waituntilyou'remarried.com, Megan Good, one of the superstars of this century, has decided to wait until she got married. And also, Tamara Maurer from Tia and Tamera decided to wait until they got married. In an article, she talked about how she did engage in premarital sex, but her and her new husband decided to wait change it around and wait until they got married. So even if you make a decision and God has blessed you with a second chance, it's never too late to make a chance to make a decision to not have sex before you get married. God is the God of second chances. And I think he knew that we would make mistakes, and that's why he put rules to help protect us. A lot of teenagers do not think about the emotional and physical things that come along with having premarital sex. It's never too late. If you have decided to go ahead, it's never too late to go back and do it again right.